Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to a Monday Night Talking Town Extra Time. I'm, of course, the Gov. Welcome all. The live chat is absolutely buzzing with kit mentions. People are dropping their favourite kits into the chat. Abu Al says H wasn't well received, but it was a cult classic. I certainly enjoyed it. H. When I enjoy a kit, you know it's a good one because I'm not a huge kit enthusiast, and we'll get into that as we go through the course of this evening. Of course, no, there's been no signings since yesterday. There's been no kit announcements since yesterday. So how long this show goes for those that are watching live with us, I don't know. I can't say. It could be half an hour. It could be 40 minutes. It could be whatever we turn it into. We always have a way of talking down to suddenly have a conversation that you blink and it's an hour and a half without a shadow of a doubt. Before I go any further, I must, as I always do, and I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds, saying it again. A huge thank you to all of our Talking Town, what we call our fifth standards, the guys and girls that support us through a monthly contribution, be that through Ko-Fi or through the YouTube memberships. Our boards are being updated, so I haven't got them to put on the screen, but I am eternally thankful for you guys and girls supporting the platform. Thanks to you, we can do the Mark Ashtons, the Burko Bakais, the Mark Detmers, the James Norwoods, the Connor Chaplin interviews. We can put you in front of an owner, as we did last season, to ask your question in your words, unfiltered. And you see the changes on the screen, you see the intro changes, the background changes, all those sorts of little tweaks that make us better. It's a huge, in part, thanks to you guys and girls. So if you do wish to support us, please do click that button. We do have some giveaway prizes as well. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in one of my contributors for this. You all know him. I certainly love him. It's the one and only Big Fish, Tom James.
I think the squad of 24-25 that we've got are good enough to do something in this league.
Tommy, how you doing, brother?
All right, mate. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Excited to be here with you this evening. It feels like a long time since I sat opposite you on a screen and we talked Ipswich Town Football Club.
Yeah, it's been ages. Yeah, it was just before the season ended, I think. So it's been a while. But
yeah. No, you've been on after the season. I'm not quite sure actually, but I'll bring you in nice and early because one of the giveaways we're going to do is with the Fantasy Premier League, and I know you were a big part of spearheading that for me last year. So, how many teams actually entered in the end? Do you know that information? Do you have that to hand? Because for those that perhaps are new here, we are going to try and I think run it again next year. But I'm not really that good. That might not surprise anybody actually, but I'm really not that good at fantasy football. I'm one of those people, Tom, that sets it up and then completely and utterly forgets I've got it until the emails come through, and then I start getting that sort of anxiety about the email. Oh my God, it's telling me I've not done my game week 37 or the 36.
I tend to turn it off when I'm bottom of the league and I'm floundering a bit. So that's usually a few months in. But if there's nothing on it, like no incentive, then I just give up.
Yeah, but I'm rubbish.
Yeah, I don't think I've not won any of my leagues this season, but in the Talking Town one, we had 170 odd.
Not too bad. About 10% of the audience. I don't know. I'm not that great at percentages. But I should be being a finance manager in my old life. But perhaps that's why I'm an ex-finance manager. That's not too bad of a number, that.
That's good. It's the biggest league I've ever been in. So
there you go.
Seems like a good old league.
Somebody said to me, Gov, are you still doing the giveaway? Because you said, and I can quite believe this, but I'm not going to check back on previous shows to double check because I haven't got the time. Well, just I haven't got the time. But he said, or she said, Gov, you said you'd do a giveaway prize to the winner. Who won, basically?
Who won? With the team Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, Tom Haste won by 3. He won by 3 points.
3 points.
3 points.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we've got Tom Haste as a winner. Chicken Tikka Mo
Salah.
Oh, hey, I get it. Okay. Tikka Tikka Mo Salah. So you have won. There is a prize coming your way. Tom, can you please get in contact with one of the Talking Town social media accounts, be that Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. But if I was you, I'd make it Twitter or Facebook, because I'm not on Instagram, but I am on Instagram, if that makes a lot of sense. So if you do message that account, it'll probably be next season by the time you get your prize. But yes, I will have a prize for you. 3 points. Who was second then?
Here we go. Second place was Stranger Mings, was Josh Robinson.
Stranger Mings. Some of these names, man. I could do a show on some of these names. I can't remember what mine was called, but I think it was just like Govs All Stars.
Yeah, my favourite one from the start of the season when we kicked it off is finished 5th. Catfish and the Spurs. It's a nice little niche one.
Catfish and the Spurs. I like that. Yeah, because Catfish and the bottom end.
Yeah,
I like it. I get it. I like it. Okay, so get in contact with myself. Michael Woods won the prediction league. Michael, I have not forgotten you, my friend. Please, can you? I will actually message you, Michael, because I have your message already in my inbox. So I will message you the prize, and then I will do a prize giveaway for another winner from the top 5 of the prediction league winners, which were Mike Woods, Rob Smith, Emerson Further, Ian Houston, and Paul Birchinell. They were our last 5 top 5 places. I just misplaced my giveaway bag. I would have done it tonight. That's why we were late, because I was searching this room for the giveaway bag. There is a bag, would you believe, of prizes ready to give away. But I keep buying little things here and there. So I've got one of those UEFA Cup exclusive limited number T-shirts. Little things that they bring out throughout the course of the year, particularly when they say limited number. I always get a couple of extras, put it in the prize giveaway bag, and then for the community to come out and win times like this. The issue is, I don't know where that bag is. So I will have to have a search and hope it hasn't been chucked out, because there's some bloody decent prizes in that bag. Let me tell you, that is a swag bag you will want to get your hands on. But yeah, so we'll do that. That's nice and neat. Let's go ahead and bring in our third contributor, and we'll get into some Talking Town on Ipswich Town. He is, of course, the aficionado, Stephen Thomson.
No, I think Bottas he'll be the one to really hold out.
He's going double duty tonight. Mr. Stephen Thomson, how are you?
Oh, I'm well. Yourself?
Good man. Now, you can't do any type of kit conversation without the main man, Stephen Thomson, who is notoriously known just for the retro shirts. And again tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I had to. I love a retro shirt. I love an old school kit. And as soon as you said, come on tonight, I was looking through my wardrobe going, I had to go for this one because I haven't worn it in so long, and I absolutely love this one.
Now, we are going to go through some of our top 5 favourite shirts tonight and explain why. A bit like a desert island discs of shirts, I guess. Explain why we have picked that shirt. What about it? I say we, I mean you two. And what about it you like? I've also been picking your brains all afternoon, the pair of you. I've come up with some kit designs based off what you would do if given the opportunity. If Mark Ashton said, here you go, here's a blank bit of paper, can put together a home strip and an away strip for next season. We'll see what the guys and girls at home think of that, because there is no shirt announcement yet. When are we expecting this shirt announcement, do you think, TJ? Because I personally was thinking we'd probably get it today, but we never did.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, throw a dart into a ball and see where it lands. I have no idea.
Yeah. When was last year, Steve? It was June sort of 6th time, surely.
It's got to be around this sort of time, hasn't it? It's always been sort of early mid-June. I'm getting
early mid-June.
I'm getting a bit restless now,
Likewise. Talking about getting restless, sadly, Ipswich Town FC women's star Lucy Egan will be getting a bit restless because she's been given an 162-day suspension. Have you ever heard of a suspension so long, Steve?
No, that is. I only saw a bit of it on Twitter earlier, so I'm not 100% sort of au fait with what's going on. But that is a long suspension, isn't it? That is a long time.
The club haven't really spoken about it. It's all we know is A statement from ITFC Women with the charge backdated to the date of the offence. Lucy will not be available for Joe Sheehan's side to the 10th of October. The club will be making no further comment at this time. She was dismissed for confronting the referee after the final whistle. What on earth could she have done, TJ? That's a ridiculously long suspension, is it not?
Yeah, I have no idea what she did to deserve that, to be honest. I was just Googling how long Cantona got for his kick, just to see if there's any comparison. But
and what did he get?
Reference point, amazing.
Yeah, he got 9 months, so it's nowhere near that length. But,
no.
Yeah, I'm just interested as any comparison. But there's been other ones where players have pushed the ref or done stuff and they've got like 3 months. Yeah, Di Canio. So I don't know how long they got, but yeah, it must have been pretty bad for that longer ban.
I just don't remember any sort of, I won't call it exactly, you call it fanfare, but any news, any noise about it back at the time, TJ. I don't remember. Like normally when these types of incidences happen, that they need a ban of this length, this magnitude, you hear a lot about it. Like, oh my god, did you hear what happened? Like there was sort of none of that.
Yeah, I heard nothing about it or when it was. So if anyone in the chat knows and can inform us, that would be great. Because yeah, like Steve said, I saw it on Twitter and no idea really what's going on.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Absolutely. Facebook around this time last year, ready for Father's Day, the shirt last season. So I was there or thereabouts. Harry said it was on the day we signed Wes Burns. Well, that was the 4th of June, I think, from memory. Hazza. So, you know, we're already 2 days late, but where's my kit, Mark Ashton? Paul Caulfield, possible when the fixtures come out, the new shirts will be released. And Ant still absolutely ludicrous length of suspension. It really does feel sort of, I want to say OTT. I don't know what she's done. So I can't even say it was OTT. It's like, it's just a ridiculous length. On the kit, where are you two? Because I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to lay it all out there right now, TJ. I don't get the fascination people have with kits. Like, I log into social media and every day I must read 4 or 5 messages about where's the kit, what's going on, is it going to be Umbro, is it going to be Hummel, is it going to be blue, is it going to be green, any sort of question. What's the fascination that people have, maybe you're one of them, have with kits?
I don't know, to be honest. I've got quite a few myself, probably not as many as Steve, judging by the class of kit he's got on him at the minute. But yeah, I'm not really like looking forward to the launch, to be honest. When it's out, it's out. There's nothing we can do about it, so there's no point in worrying about it, which is my thought process.
So you're not somebody who every day will be sort of refreshing their feed, thinking, "Where's the kit?"
Nah, I just want to sign a player, to be honest. So that's
you're like me. I like it.
My priority is that. But when it comes out, I'll judge it and see, oh, is that a kit that I know is going to be a classic, and I'll get it. But yeah, I enjoy more the historic kits that we've got because I think we've had some cracking designs down the years, and I think they've been a lot better than what we've had in recent years. So I'm more excited by the history of our kits and our newer ones. So hopefully they can change my mind on it.
Steve, are you the same, or are you one of those many people that will, you know, be refreshing their feed and sort of counting down the minutes, the hours, thinking about who's making the kit, the color of the kit, etc.?
I'm looking forward to it. I think this year more than for a while, more than previous for a while, because it's intriguing who it's going to be and how is it going to be compared to the previous. Obviously, we've had Adidas now for so many years. It feels different this year because is it going to be Umbro? Most people seem to think it is. Is it going to be Hummel? Who knows? So it's how different it could be. But I sort of agree in that I get more excited about the historic kits. I think because people remember what their first Ipswich Town shirt was. You know, they remember, you know, you've got the memories of the FA Cup, UEFA, Wembley 2000. They remember those earlier kits. They were brought up as kids wearing them, you know. That's why I like a lot of the older shirts because not to sort of hark back to the sort of the glory years, you know, that sort of thing, but because I've got family members who wore those shirts and I was always seeing them around, that sort of thing. So, but no, I do get it and I do understand it because it is an identity and it is something people are passionate about, and I can get on board with that.
Hugely. I always say to TJ, the players make the kit, not the kit make the player. And what I mean by that sounds sort of fairly straightforward. But what I mean is, I ain't bothered if Delia Smith launches a fashion label and makes this kit. If we win the league next year, it's going to be an iconic kit because it's going to be the year we won the league title, the year we went back to the championship, the year that we finally turned the corner. Nobody's going to go, oh yeah, that was the kit. You know, like, do you remember the kit Stephen Hawking, Aaron Drinnen wore? Ollie Hawkins,
no, to be honest. No.
Classic Gov name slip there. Look, classic Gov. But do you remember it?
Was it the yellow badge one? I think it's the yellow badge one because I quite like that kit. But yeah, some of my picks are basically I thought of the player in the kit when I picked it. So there's like certain memories of certain players, and other ones are just subjectively I love them. I just like the look of them. And I think with the older kits as well, they look made better as well. So I think Stephen, yours is probably a better material. It's like a bit heavier, but you know it's more robust.
Yeah.
But like they come with better detailing on the older kits as well. There's like little hints of stuff around the trim.
That's one thing I like about this kit. It's the little stuff at punch just there.
Yeah, I spotted that straight away, and I was like, yeah,
tiny little detail. I think it is a shame when a nice kit gets remembered for being part of a terrible season. I love an orange away kit, so I'm a big fan of the 18-19 kit. Well, the away kit anyway, which is a lovely bright orange. Apart from that magical Vegas sponsor that ruined it. But it is a shame because you look at that kit and you think, oh, it's the relegation year. And it is a shame because apart from that sponsor, it's a pretty kit. But
you say that, but then TJ, you've gone ahead and picked this one as one of your favourites. Very, orange in colour, so similar to what Steve was referencing. But again, I'm when I see that kit, I'm thinking player. I'm not thinking year. I'm not thinking perhaps even league position. I'm thinking, yeah, great players played in that kit. Why have you chose that kit as one of your favourites? What about that one particularly? I
just really like the look of it. I like the orange on the darker trims on the arms, but I just think of Marcus Stewart absolutely like twatting it in the playoff game. So that's pretty much one of my main memories of it, even though that's slightly before my time of watching it. Like growing up and learning more about the club, I've watched those Bolton games quite a few times, and it's just great. And I think it's synonymous with a lot of our recent history. So, but yeah, just the kit itself is great. I love the Green King sponsor kits, and and the Punch made ones. I just think they're great.
Yeah, that is a particularly nice kit. Steve, I'm sure you've probably got this kit in your wardrobe, right?
I haven't. It's one I'm missing.
Is it really one you're missing?
Shockingly missing. I keep my eye open for it. Money's obviously been a bit of an issue, but I keep my eye open for it because it's gorgeous. Like you, TJ. The Green King shirts were sort of some of the first shirts I can remember as a Town fan. So I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them, and it's a beautiful shirt. Green King plus orange. So for me, that's a win.
You mentioned you keep your eye. So is that something that you do actively shop on places like eBay for are you a kit collector? Like I had a signed shirt once. I wore it so often it ended up getting washed out. The signatures. Don't fret anybody. It was only players such as Johnny Parr, Teddy Bishop, Johnny Williams. No disrespect to any of those, but it was hardly Matt Holland and Marcus Stewart. But I've got I can literally go in the next room and pull out 4, 5, 6 retro kits that I wear just in the bird room, in a dusty bird room, or I wear when I'm doing the painting. Or that to many would be sacrilege, Steve.
I wouldn't say I'm a kit collector. I like keeping an eye out and see what's available. See if there's any sort of good deals on. But a lot of the newer ones I'll wear sort of, around the house, sort of everyday stuff. Some of the older ones like this one or, sort of 90s earlier, I will only wear if I'm on like one of these, for example, when we do our, the match day ticket sort of stuff. But it's nice to have them because it's a part of the club's history. But some people go absolutely crazy and they will, every Ipswich shirt they see, they will buy it. And I'm not at that stage.
Would you frame a shirt, TJ?
Frame a shirt? Nah, I want to wear it. I don't want anyone signing it. I want just it to wear, like Steve says, if it's a good occasion, your special game, or you're doing something like this, you're chatting online where it's probably going to be safe. Well, maybe not at some away games, but I'll probably wear it and stuff like that. But if I'm around the house, like you said as well, I'm going to wear anything after 2010.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a frame shirt.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a signed. It was 2016, 2017. It was a gift from the other half last year.
Who is it?
It's got, I think, various squad signatures. It's one of their sales they did on their website.
Oh, nice.
And it's got various signatures on it, but it's in one of those little t-shirt frames, which is quite nice.
I breed budgerigars, so I'm all for people doing what makes them happy, right? I've got one of the more eccentric hobbies there probably is, breeding bloody budgerigars. So if you want to be a click collector, be a click collector. If you want to frame them. I just don't understand the world. Like, I don't understand kits. I've never really bought into them. It's always been a world that I've scratched my head and thought, it's not really that important who makes the football kit. It's not really important what color it is. But talking to you two, it's more the memories they evoke. And reading the chat, I think that's sort of very similar. Coxie says, Didier Smith modeling the kit launch be like putting 19-inch rims on a wheelie bin. Lee Bayliss, my first one just had a white clothes and little white V and white cuffs. Came in a box with white shorts and blue socks. Like it. I got a shirt given to me by Damien Delaney and a Norris shirt on my 18th birthday. Like it. See, it's about the memories, TJ, that the kit evokes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for me, I think. So, yeah, I'm a fan. Probably not a super fan, but I like them a lot.
Okay, right.
I agree. Okay, it's the memories. It's the memories.
And that's what football fans are all about. Creating the memories. So for the kit next year, I kind of asked you what you would, if you had the power, what you would sort of put together. So TJ, this is the closest I could get for your sort of vision. Talk me through this one.
So yeah, basically home kit. I wanted a little bit of, the classic, like a darker color. I want Adams as a sponsor, to be honest. If I can't have Green King again.
What about Adams? Is it you both went for Suffolk companies? You both sort of had the same guidelines. Suffolk companies sponsoring us, Hummel making the kit. So what about Hummel for you, TJ? Floats your boat because you are one of many people that would like a Hummel kit.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few people talk about Hummel as well. And to be honest, I didn't know much about them. So I did a bit of digging and had a look at what kits they've made. And they've made some really good ones. I think notably Bristol City have had some really good kits come out of them. So maybe there's an Ashton link there somewhere with Hummel and some commercial ties. I don't know. But with regards to Adnams, it's just one of my favourite breweries. And I like a lot of their beers. And I think it would be great to have it slapped on the front of our shirt.
Were you kind of going for a throwback with this type of shirt with a sort of the plain blue with the very neat white collar? It's very early in our history sort of vibes I get with this shirt.
Yeah. I think if I were to have anything different, it'd be like the trims around the arms and the collar would be kind of blue, white, and red, as one of my favorite kits in the past would be. So there'd be a little more detailing.
Bit like this.
Yeah, those type of detailing on a more current kit. So yeah.
So obviously, what about this?
I didn't give you much to go on with my brief, so
that's fine. But what about this particular kit here? Why is this one a favorite of yours? What about this one here?
It's beautiful. I mean, there's nothing bad to say about it, in my opinion. You got the classic Adidas badge, got the old school Ipswich badge as well, and I think Thyson's going across. It's smart as hell, and yeah, I think it's the best one that we've had. So
I didn't realize, still looking at it here, it's an Adidas kit too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'd love it if I could have that old school Adidas logo on any of these new kits, but they're probably not doing it, or they're just reserved for higher powers than us. So
yeah. Well, Steve, you've gone for something a little bit similar with your home kit. I tried my best with your brief. It's probably not quite what you wanted. Talk me through what you've got and what alterations you would make from this point here.
I think I'd go for the collar, like that was on TJ's, because I like a kit with a nice collar. I do like a sort of V-neck. I prefer that to the sort of the round neck that we've had of recent years, sort of the 18-19 style. I like the collar. Hummel again. I would definitely go for Adams as a sponsor again. If I couldn't have Green King, I'd love Green King because again, it brings back those memories for me.
Yeah.
And I sort of go between having the chevrons or having just pinstripes down the sleeves. But I think definitely the collar. I think would be the biggest thing for me. Just a nice collar.
All right. I'll try to be a little bit out there with mine because obviously we've just had an anniversary, a special celebration of a great team. So this was my vision for the home strip. Ed Sheeran as sponsor still. Got the collar. It's a throwback to the 92. You got a little bit of the red in there. What are your thoughts on this one, Steve?
I like Umbro. To be fair, what I said to you earlier, I said my two makers or manufacturers would be either Umbro or Hummel. Not a fan of the cut of the red on the collar. I like the style of the collar. Don't know. I'll probably keep that plain white. I don't know. The red on the sleeves I like at the end of the sleeves, but I don't know about the bottom of the kit.
TJ?
I'll maybe have both of those white.
Yeah, I think the red would be subtler with the blue and the white maybe around the trim. But that's basically just copying my own shirt. So, yeah. So I'm basically saying mine is what I like.
Basically, no, I want mine, Gov. The people in the chat, the TT viewers are absolutely agreeing with you both. The red collar's turning them off. How about my away strip then? I'll go first. What about my away strip? What are you thinking of that? Because this is this was a throwback to the 92, Steve. You're kind of wearing what I was envisioning this strip to be. What do you think of this one?
I do like that. They did a Copa one recently of that one, didn't they? With the Fisons. Yeah, no, I like that one. Again, it's got the collar. I do like that. I like a striped kit as well. Obviously, I prefer the orange, but I quite like that. Although maybe a red collar.
Oh, so you'd like the collar sort of from my home strip put onto my away strip.
Yeah, I think that would sort of brighten it up a little bit. Well, I say brighten up as bright as it is, but add a bit of extra something. But apart from that, yeah, I do quite like that.
Yeah, I like it because obviously, TJ, this is the 92 sort of vibes I'm trying to go with this. You know, bring that back a little bit, pay homage to it while setting your own path. Is it for you?
Yeah, I approve of that one. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, I like that style. I know there's been some mentions of like pinstripes. We've had some pinstripe ones by Mitre over the 2010s, and they were awful. But I think if you get them right, if you have thicker stripes, I think they look good. But yeah, I like that black and red look.
Love it. Irv says no red collar. Stephen says I'd rather just plain black. It was smart. Better than your first strip, says Neil Perks. Yeah, the first strip was kind of, I was trying to be out there. I was trying to be different just to see what the reaction was going to be. While also tying the two together, the away kit being red, so bring a little bit of red to the home. But, all right, I found that was, as Stay Casual says, horrendous kit. I gotcha. Stephen, funny all this chatting, it looks nothing like after raising expectations. Can see some annoyed. Thing is, though, my graphics aside, TJ, you'll always make graphics look better than the real thing, won't you?
Yeah. I mean, I know bugger all about design, to be honest. So it's like, I'm probably one of the worst people to ask what looks good or what isn't. But yeah, as soon as it comes out, it will probably look okay. But like I think we had last season, the white shirt came out online, didn't it? And people didn't really like it until they saw it in person. So it's all down to perception of when you wear it or when you see it in.
You can just sort of do anything though, can't you, TJ, with design in terms of colours that perhaps you can't do when actually it comes to manufacturing, because you just can't. There's some things you can do on a computer that you can't do because there must be a reason why you don't see certain color elements, certain design elements. I mean, we are third tier. We're not going to be getting bespoke, are we?
I wouldn't have thought so, unless we've got some really good deal with some manufacturer we've not come across before. But I can't see that. So there's probably more leeway back in the olden days when probably things might have been cheaper and people gave more time to each club, whereas now it's you do everything at pace. You have to just churn it out. There's a bigger support base to fulfill, and you're not going to get those little details that you used to get,
like the punch on the collar.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you are back to where we all know we should be as a football club. I do like the fact Collins endorsed my red and black. He says we wore red and black stripes back in the day when we were the bollocks. There we go. Right, TJ, your away strip. We all know where. I mean, I've not leveled the badge out. I've missed that off. I do apologise. That's my dodgy design, not TJ's brief. But we all can kind of guess where this design comes from for you, can't we?
Yeah, pretty much. It's that late 90s away kit. And yeah, I think I prefer this is probably my favourite one. I think it would be smart if it could be something of this ilk. I assume the Adnams would probably be like a white version of it, just so it probably all black, just so it fitted that kind of kit. But yeah, something like that, something a little bit different.
Yeah, I do like that, Steve. It's really this is a kit that you can really see on somebody. Like it's really visual in that regard. Some kits, like for example, my home kit here, if it was to be made, you can't quite see it in operation. Whereas this one, because it's paying homage to this kit, you can really see it, can't you?
You can, yeah, like definitely, yeah. You get the late 90s vibes in that one. I think Adnams, yeah, if that was in black, that would be really good. Stand out, and it would sort of fit, like you say, TJ, it would fit better on the kit. But yeah, I can definitely see that sort of on like US Burn, something like that. I think that would go down quite well in League One, I reckon.
Steve's not sure about the collar. TJ, is that a collar you would have, or would you make any sort of alterations to that collar?
Yeah, I'd possibly have, I don't know, a darker blue, or to fit the stripes that you've got down the side there. So yeah, I think just to keep it a bit cleaner, or a bit, two-tone.
See, I'm no George Nunn. I'm not a designer. This is just basically what the bullet point said, and I try to go with it. But
good job.
You both wanted orange, because Steve, you've also gone for an orange kit. You wanted it like the 2014-15 away kit. I knocked this up in 5 minutes after the F1 show, so apologies if it's not exactly what you wanted. But talk us through this one.
Yeah, I would probably put Adnams in black again on the front there. But yeah, the 14-15, like I say, I do love an orange kit. The 14-15 one was good. Again, it's one I'm still after. It's sort of quite nice, quite simple. It's got the sort of black around the top. I do quite like that around the shoulders. And I think, that would be a decent kit. And again, it's one of those ones where it's not too adventurous to actually make. It would be relatively straightforward, I think. So, yeah,
it's a nice kit.
I'm keen on that.
Yeah, the orange is something that appeals to you both. Then you're both sort of into that orange away strip mentality.
Yeah.
I like it. I like when people come to me and go, right, independently, I'd like it. It's like, okay, there's some joined up level thinking here without even really knowing it. But is an orange kit something we've had a lot in our history from memory? Like I can think of two kits. I'm looking right at them on my list of favorite kits. But outside of, I mean, my favorite away kit is the green and purple.
Mm-hmm.
That's just eccentrically brilliant. Like I don't know who thought of that, but that's flipping amazing. That's amazing color coordination. I love it.
That was good. Now we have had some decent orange away kits in the past. Obviously, yeah, it was the late 90s. Then you had the Power Gen one, 2004, 18-19, 14-15. So there have been some pretty ones. Like 18-19 was a great looking kit, apart from that sponsor. But prior to that, we've had some brilliant orange away kits.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the one that this is. TJ, talk me through this absolute piece of artwork.
I think there are some days I look at it and go, I really like it, and some days I'm not sure. But I've seen it in person a few times, and I have liked it when I've seen it in person. So yeah, I'd probably say yeah, it's a good one.
That's a great. I mean, I could just see John walking it again. The players and the memories. I see John walking that shirt, Steve. That's who I see when I think of that shirt. Yeah. Mustached up John Walk. He's just a leader.
It's one of those classics, isn't it? One of those shirts where you look at it and you associate it with a player. Probably Tarico as well, but quality.
While we're on it, let me give you my second favorite before I come to you two. This is my second favorite of all time. It's this one. I absolutely love this kit, and I'm not going to pay it. I'm not going to pay 45 quid. Not a fucking chance. But I do like that kit.
I have got that one.
You've got that one?
Yeah, I got it as a present a year or so ago.
Oh, you lucky man! I'm not paying 45.
Obviously, not an original. It's the Copa one. It's not an original, but
wait. If these are 45 quid, how much are the originals going for? Do you think, TJ?
I bought the original for my brother for Christmas, and that cost me 50 quid. So it wasn't too bad, actually.
You are a loving brother, TJ.
I put it on as soon as I got it, and I went, I don't want to give this up.
I wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah, I was a bit gutted, but I also had nothing to give him, so it was kind of like, right, I'll give him this.
You could have given him a picture of you wearing this kit. This is what you could have won. One of those game show types, you know.
Yeah, well, maybe I should have done, but he absolutely loved it, so it went down well. But I'll have to give myself one in the future, I think.
And still in the profile picture, look, wearing it. Mine's an original. He says, sort of, mine's an original. No. Oh, man, love it, buddy, love it. There's something about this kit. I don't know what it is because it really, like the previous one, shouldn't really work.
No, can you imagine if someone came up with that design and said, right, we're going to have it as cream and sort of brown, black, red. People would have looked at him and gone, yeah, no, we're all okay, thanks. But the actual design, again, in person, it looks absolutely fantastic.
And the Abbott Owl, just like
Abbott Owl is brilliant. If you got it with a spelling mistake or not, looks absolutely brilliant. And it does stand out. It's definitely in my top 5.
Definitely. One that we had last year, the black one, that was not. I mean, this is this backward thing. I don't know how does a football club come to this logic, TJ? Let's have a kit that our players are going to wear, but we're not going to sell it to them.
Maybe wait and see what comes out this season. Because who knows? They might have heard that the demand's there, and they might go, "Okay, it'll be our third kit this season, and we'll release it."
Do you think it'll be a third, or do you think it might be a second kit this year?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, we had a third kit. It could be another third kit. I honestly don't know what's going on in that commercial team, so we'll wait and see.
Who knows? But you did choose a black kit as one of your favourites.
Yeah, I've got memories of Jimmy Bullard scoring against Cardiff in this kit. Yeah, it was a 2-0 win on a Saturday afternoon, and yeah, I just like it. It's one of those kits that looks better in real life than it does on the picture. But yeah, I've just got decent memories of Bullard being good in his loan spell and then it all going horrible afterwards.
You see, I see Damien Delaney in that shirt, Steve.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with TJ and say, Bullard, get back those memories. It was a great kit. I think of all the Mighty kits we did, that was probably one of my favourites. I have got one of those and it does look fantastic. Although mine's got a rip in the collar just there, which is annoying. But yeah, it is a cracking kit.
Metal Jace, I love the black kit. You can't buy class, and as Paul Carf would say, Craig, that black kit should have gone on sale. It was very popular. I just can't work out, Craig, how a football club doesn't. I mean, there was a demand for it there. I know that they said I think you had to have sort of minimum 10,000 units or whatever it was at the time, which for a club of our size, granted, you probably weren't going to sell them. But then you knock them out £5 a pop at Christmas time in the sale next year, they fly out like hotcakes. I got a big red one about 5 years ago. 4 sizes too big for me, but it was a £5, and I was like, yeah, it's a nice shirt for a £5. It was Mick McCarthy red with the white trim.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that one?
2017.
I couldn't tell you what year it was, mate. To say it was a £5. That's see, the price plays in a lot for me. I do squeak when I walk, notoriously tight. Hey, I'm not paying 45 quid, but if they say a £5, I'm all over it. I have my Eon black shirt from when I was a kid, says Oozle. Ant loves a black kit. He's tall. Look at that. It's a collar fault, Steve.
Defective.
It's not you. It's defective. It's the collar. Product recall. Get a new one issued.
Mine did as well on that kit. Right on like the side of the middle bit. It's quite a soft collar, isn't it? It's like it's weird, but yeah, mine ripped as well.
Mine's not torn there. It's torn at the centre there. It's just I've got the rip, so you can see the threading down there.
Yeah, and my lettering came off really quickly as well, but I probably wore it more than most other tops.
130 people watching us live. Drop a like on the video, guys. Come on, we're talking shirts here, and I think I'm making it fairly entertaining. I'm really enjoying this conversation. So hit a like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but if you have got spare £5, go to Ko-Fi and drop a £5 there as well, if you so wish. I might be able to buy a shirt with that £5. There you go. You see, I'll turn a £5 into a shirt. Ross P, bring in the retro gold and blue away kit from the 70s. I know Matt Fitz is a big fan of that gold kit. This kit. Are we both a fan of this kit? I know TJ is. Steve, is this one of your kits as well?
Yeah, I think that was on mine as well. Absolutely
certainly
love it.
was.
I don't know what's not to love about it, really.
Again, it's that intricate detail, isn't it, with the punches up the collar that you're just not going to get anymore. Interestingly enough, Steve, I've not seen many shirts with the badges in the middle.
I think that's sort of what drew me to it a little bit as well. It's so different. You've got punch right up at the top of the collar. You've got the badge just underneath it. And again, yeah, like you said, the little intricate things about having the punches down the side. It's fantastic. It stands out. It's so much more different to just the generic layout. I think that's what sort of really drew me to it.
I'm seeing Alex Matthew in the shirt, TJ. If you that's the player I'm seeing in this shirt. What about this one? Do you like?
All the points Steve just said. I mean, it's kind of carbon copy of why I picked it. It's like the centralized badge, like the punch up here, the detailing. It's different to anything else that we've had or other teams have had, I think. So it's just, had to make my top 5 as well for just those reasons.
It is a nice one, Stephen Parry, but it is a punch. It will be a template standard one from a major supplier. Womble, sorry, he's missed most of the live stuff. Womble, do not ever fret, my friend. It's the summer. We've got people to see, places to go. But welcome in for the last 5 or so minutes of tonight's show. When do we think the shirt's going to drop? Then lay a prediction on the line, guys.
Right.
449 from YouTube member Josh Russell. Look at that. I will turn that 449 into a shirt, Josh, and I will show you that shirt. Let's see where I can go. Let's go, shirt. Bargain basement diving. Okay, that could be a whole new YouTube series. Gov goes in search for a £5 shirt.
You found a niche there. There you go.
George, get on the artwork, son. Gov goes in search for a £5 shirt. Right. Charity shops, watch out. TJ, sorry, carry on.
Thursday the 16th of this month.
Oh, he's dropping it. I have heard some rumblings, middle of June, which I have to say, Steve, I find incredibly annoying when people say to me, "Oh, it's the middle of June," or it's something so vague, like a player hasn't signed the contract, but obviously things could change, so he may well end up signing the contract. So basically, you don't know, because middle of June, well, that's ambiguous. That leaves like a large part of the month where you could say, "I told you." Middle of the June, didn't I?
Yeah, where do you define that sort of thing?
Yeah.
I prefer to go on a specific day. I'll probably go for the day after, TJ said, on the Friday, just ahead of the weekend. Be quite nice. Why not?
Are you
Happy weekend, TGIF. There you go. There's your new kit.
Are you one of these Price is Right sort of players, Steve, where somebody might say, my bid, Bruce, is $4.99, and you'll go, my bid is a penny more.
Not quite. I like having another day. Why not? Well, Friday. So it's Friday. There's your new kit. Enjoy it. Here we go. Live the dream. Why not?
I'll go a penny more. You're probably too young for Price is Right, but it was a great show back in the day. Good game. Lee Baz, Bunny of next week or early the following week. Petter for Colin in that shirt, Tom. Like the ITKs, you never mention names. Oh, always. Matthew Dow, I heard somewhere across the grapevine was still a few points to do with the sponsor, which sounded a bit of an odd one. Surely that's done. Good point, Matthew. You'd like to think so, but there is a reason. Mike D found his Umbro shirt in his mum's loft from 1995. Still fits, but it reminds me of the awful side we had then. Chapman 9-0. There you go.
Yeah.
I've never ever been in my loft. Not my loft here, my mum's loft. I don't think anyone's ever been. Well, God knows what we might find up there. But I don't know.
Best not to know.
No.
I never got any kits handed down to me. I'm jealous.
No, I didn't get kits handed down to me either. Talking about earlier in the show, you said sign-ins. You want sign-ins and not really kits. Where are we on the sign-ins then? Quickly, because obviously I've not got your views. Ladapo, Ball, TJ. I'll come to you with Ladapo. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think it's something a bit different to what we've had and maybe what we will have next season. Gives us a different option. I've heard Matt talk a bit about possibly it means we could be playing 2 up top, and I'm interested to see what formations we could be playing next season and whether it will be different to what we've been kind of focal point up front type of thing. So, yeah, I'm interested by it. 3-year deal was probably my only bit where I wasn't sure on for a 29-year-old going up to the Championship. So that was probably my only sticking point. But, yeah, I'm interested by him. I'm keen to see what he's going to do. And, yeah, I'm somehow more excited about Dominic Ball, who I'd never heard of before, but done a bit of digging around and listened to what people have had to say. And he sounds like the right character, and like he's going to get stuck in, which we haven't got enough of at the minute in our team. So yeah,
published author as well. Published author.
Yeah, I've heard a few people say his book's quite good, actually.
Yeah, I haven't got the time to read a book, but Matt is going to read it for me and let me know what he thinks of it. On Ladapo, before we come to Don Ball with you, Steve, the Rotherham fan we had on the show wasn't sure he could play up top on his own. Does this signal a foray into a 2 up front system, or do you think Ladapo will be that player from the bench that changes games? TJ.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you were talking to Steve.
Right.
Yeah, I heard the same things. Obviously, that I know it could mean our formation changes. So I think he will be part of a couple of striker signings that we have, and there'll probably be someone who's more of a fanfare focal point who comes in, who will probably be more of the main man. But I think Ladapo and Jackson are not bad backups. Hopefully, Jackson can kick on from his form, because I wouldn't have said that previous to January this year. So I'm hoping that there's he's a bit of a renaissance over pre-season under McKenna as well. But yeah, it's all right. It's still early, and not every team is signing loads of players at the minute. So it will come. The transfer window opens officially. Callie will be able to tell us on his Twitter updates. I think it's about 6-7 days now. But
it's not that early though, is it? Because obviously they'll be joining up with pre-season training in about a week and a half's time.
Yeah, but there's a few come in. I wouldn't say there's been swades elsewhere, but I think once it starts, and then it will kind of have a domino effect. We've got out of COVID, the market might be more open than it has before. So I think it's just a few dominoes have got to fall. Free transfers have gone out, and clubs are kind of reassessing what they're doing. So yeah, I think next 3 weeks we probably might see 1 or 2 more possibly come in.
Steve, Don Ball looks and sounds to TJ like the ideal signing, fits in well. What do you think of the Don Ball signing? Because he is a published author. He's got a fantastic interview on YouTube with an account called Talking Rangers, which is the equivalent of Talking Town. Their strange strapline as well, for fans by fans. We're so original. So go and check it out. It's a really good listen, actually. He talks quite well in it. What do you make of the Don Ball signing?
I'm really good with this. I can get on board with that quite well. Ladapo, great signing as well. But the thing that struck me with Don Ball, whenever we seem to sign anyone, there's always fans of the team we've signed him from having negative replies. We saw it with Ladapo. We've seen it so much in the past. But basically, everything I've said about Don Ball has been really positive. So, that can only be a good thing. Like he's a good workhorse. He'll play well for the club. He'll play for the badge, that sort of thing. So, really excited to see him alongside Morsey, and he's another quite a beefy bloke, isn't he? 6'2", so more physicality, something we've definitely lacked in the past few years, going from tiny sort of 5 foot Alan Judge to 6'2" Don Ball. It's a whole different ball game. So ball game. So
whole new ball game. All right, Sky, calm yourself down. I'll be getting a copyright infringement with the whole new ball game. No, you're absolutely right. And as somebody said in the chat, and Stephen posted on Twitter, maybe they're waiting to unveil the next marquee signing in the new kit. But that seems like a bit of a waste of a too good PR stance, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought they'd done it separately. Really.
I'm a content creator. I would create 2 because you get 2 for the price of 1, right?
I don't know. It depends how good the signing is. If maybe for some fans, if it's Selena coming back, then what a way to promote the kit and do that. But you see Robbie Williams the other day on the Port Vale's new kit. He came out on stage in Port Vale, and the new kit was there. And that's not a bad unveiling, is it, for Port Vale? To be fair,
who are
now in our league?
Now in our league, correct? Yes, now in our league. Yeah. There you go.
Can you imagine Ed Sheeran walking out on stage with the brand new Ipswich Town kit on?
That'd be great.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. According to Kings of Anglia, Don Ball has read. Tom, you're intelligent. Help me out here.
Sun Tzu.
Thank you very much. I've read The Gruffalo and the Hung Caterpillar, so I believe myself to be winning. I have read The Gruffalo, and I've read Where's Mr. Lion recently, which is a great book. I suggest anybody reads it. It's got felt flaps. So you pull them up like, where's Mrs. Giraffe? Where's Mrs. Elephant? Where's Mr. Lion? Like, it's a book really of twists and turns. That's all I'm going to say. I won't want to spoil it too much.
Were you reading it on behalf of your child, or was it just for yourself?
I was reading it to my 2-year-old. Yes. But I do have the Go Jetters theme tune in my head. I was going to bed last night and I was singing, go, 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 go Jetters. It's a little earworm. But yeah. Okay. I don't know what Zunzu is. I'll have to go and check it out. It sounds like The Art of War, says Stephen Perry.
Yeah, I had to Google it. I've not heard of it.
Is that what is it Phil Leotardo was listening to in The Sopranos as he's driving, or Paulie Walnuts? I'm sure he is. I'll have to go back and have a look. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Anyway, sorry guys and girls. Don't forget, this year we are asking you, because we are for fans by fans. We are all about giving you the power to shape the content, make the content, and be a part of the content. We are giving you the chance to shape what we do next season. There is a link in the chat now. It is totally free to do and anonymous. Don't have to put your name or email or anything like that. It's just a couple of questions. I'll run through the questions now. Basically, I want to know if you want more audio content. You get the YouTube content, but our audio listeners only get the Talking Town Sunday show. So the questions are, would you like the Talking Town Monday show uploaded as an audio, the Wednesday patch preview, the full-time fan reaction? And you can either answer yes or no, totally anonymous. And then obviously I'll take that information and I will run with it and we'll deliver what you want. So please do vote, you too as well, if you so wish. But we're done for this evening. We will return when there's a transfer, when there's a kit launch, whenever there's something like that, we will return. But for tonight, we are done. I asked this question the other day. I'm going to use it as a lead out on tonight's show. Mark Ashton celebrated a year in charge only last week. Out of 10, and a quick sentence, how would you rate the last 12 months for the chief executive? Mr. Thomson, you first.
No, it's 10. I would probably say 9.
9.
I mean,
why 9? Why 9? Because Lee Anderson's at a 9 as well.
Yeah, he's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things. I think the only thing that's held him back in his first year in charge is the fact that we didn't get promoted. But that's obviously nothing to do with him. I'll say 9 because it seems like the club is much more sort of involved in the community again. The communication seems to be better. We know what's going on a bit more now. It just feels like we're getting the club back again,
But we did finish 11th, Steve. 9 is a little bit high, is it not?
But feel more positive about the future than I have done for a long time.
Okay. Matty Willis. Ashton has done some good stuff with the club, but how can we possibly give any more than 6 or 10? We finished 11th. Matty Willis, good point. That's what I would say. TJ, follow on from Matty and Steve there.
Yeah, he gets an 8 from me. I think touching on what Steve just said, like the comm side has been miles better. I think a lot more people feel connected to the club again, more optimistic about the future. And I feel like there's a plan there with some good backing as well. And I feel like there's more communication behind the scenes and in front of what we see as well on social media, on camera, on stuff like this. So, I mean, the fact he's come onto this platform and done something as well, kudos. What CEOs would do that? So that's great. I think where he doesn't get 10 out of 10 is down to one of the questions that he answered on his interview was down to not hitting the reset button quick enough. And that was not getting rid of Cook at the right time, or maybe not thinking out the transfer strategy a bit better. But granted, we didn't have that recruitment strategy in place and the dashboard wasn't up and running as it probably is now. But we've got that team in now, so there's no excuses. The recruitment's got to be better. We've got a new coach in place who's really exciting. So his decision-making held him back from getting a 10 out of 10 for me, just for not hitting the reset button. But really happy. It's night and day from what we've had for, 15 years. So I can't argue with any. It's a really tricky one. It's almost like finishing 11th. You finish 11th. You should be really disappointed and downbeat but you're not. You're strangely excited. You're strangely positive, and people you meet that aren't associated with the football club sort of look at you in that strange way and think, you finished 11th. Why are you so sort of buoyant? It's the same here. We finished 11th. He perhaps didn't hit the reset button earlier. But again, you strangely would view him in that 8 to 9 probably range, I guess. It's
It's a strange situation, I guess, we find ourselves in as Town fans, because it's an exciting time, but we need to also see some of those results. Jeremy asks, when is the fixture release date? He says, where is that comment? I can't find it, but he said he basically asked, when's the fixture? Oh, here. Any news on when the fixtures are out? They are out on the 23rd of June. We will be doing a show that day covering the fixture releases. We have got you covered always here on Talking Town. Don't forget, we are on the march for 4,000 subscribers. Crunch is going to be doing a ticket giveaway. Sam Morsey's matching it. There's loads of things going on. Go to Cruncher's Twitter and find out. But basically, if you want to be, in it, you've got to subscribe to the channel. 4,000 is on the way. So for tonight, he's the big fish. He's the aficionado. I'm the Gov. Good night, and we'll see you all very soon. You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down when I am blue, I can't get enough. Oh, yes, lover. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Oh, yes, lover. Oh, please, lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, with chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you.